the stretch, especially from your veterans? Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, it was clutch. I mean, until they got some late layups and threes that Jackson and Jokic hit, felt we defended excellent in that fourth quarter. Took us, a few quarters and a half to get used to what they were doing and what we wanted to take away. We had a lot of mistakes, but we cleaned all that up in the second half. And like I said, they made it tough, obviously, by making some tough shots, but to stretch it to 10 in that quarter, we defended at a high level.
You were talking the other night about when things are getting rocky, not going one-on-one, not getting away from what you want to do. Was this fourth quarter improvement in that, running things the way you want it run?
Yeah, and we did do a little bit of one-on-one, but we liked the matchup that we had, and so we kind of picked on that. And so we got what we wanted out of it. And although it was isolation, we made some nice passes out to guys out of those drives, and Alpi slicing baseline and some of the kickouts. So although we were targeting someone on their team, the ISOs weren't just for us to score, but we did get some good basketball out of it. And just in general, it felt better than the other night when it got a little rocky and we started to take some tough shots. Tonight was a little bit cleaner as far as that.
You won the non-Jokic minutes tonight, 26-10. How important was it to make sure that you took advantage of the time when he wasn't on the floor?
Yeah, it was big. I thought the first half we didn't do great on that, but that third quarter or fourth, we obviously did better there and stretched it a little bit. And he played, or we had 38 minutes, and they run him, first quarter, third quarter, and try to give him a good amount of rest in the second and fourth. And so we knew we had to make a concerted effort to try to stretch it there and get him back in the game to wear on him a little bit. But I thought it was great. Their bench only had 8 points off the bench, so we did a good job there, and that was the majority of the time he was out.
Can you talk on Jason Tate's effort, Nelson?
Yeah, it's the usual. It's what we expect now, and he brings that grit and toughness every night, and rubs off on the other guys. But Tari had some, Jabari had some, Dylan obviously, but for him to get that steal late, it just kind of typifies who he is as a player.
What did Jeff Green add tonight? Obviously, this is a team he knows very well, but especially in those final minutes, what did you get from him?
Yeah, he obviously made big shots, and attacking the basket. But also all week, leading up to this and talking about their team, he had a ton of advice and experience, and he was out there kind of being a quarterback on defense, calling out their sets and what they were getting into. So, when you have that familiarity with the team, obviously that's helpful, but it was great to see him come through down the stretch and finish the game and make some big shots. Happy for him.
What has it been like to watch Fred VanVleet step up in the fourth quarter with these last 2 games?
Yeah, it's big, but it's also needed at the time. Guys were, Jalen particularly was struggling a little bit tonight, so we needed Fred to do what he did at that point, and so kind of being accustomed to him taking and making those big shots, but also, hitting Alpi in the pocket, making the right reads, kind of getting us settled and on the things we were trying to get into. So he can kind of conserve his energy at times, let other guys get into the flow, and then take over down the stretch, and felt like he did that tonight.
How do you think
Just going
Alpi?
back to making the pass, even when ISO, and you guys have, I think, 5 threes through 3 quarters and then 5 in the fourth. Is that the sort of confidence in one another that you need to have?
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. I think we were 4 for 16 and a half, and we were getting great looks. 2 for 9 the first quarter, but we got a lot of wide open looks, and so you're not going to pass up those open shots even if they're not falling. And as always, we can rely on our defense. They had 20 in the second quarter. For us to be down 4, only not playing that great offensively in the first half, we felt we were in a good position, but play the odds and eventually you can get the same looks and stay confident those are going to fall. And so that was our message to them at halftime: keep taking those shots. And when Jokic is that high in the pick and roll, all we have to do is find Alpi in the pocket, and he's going to kind of pick it apart from there. And so that's what we got in the fourth quarter.
How do you feel like, kind of just building on that, Alpi handled himself in the individual matchup with Jokic, especially on the defensive end?
Solid. I mean, Jokic is a load, obviously. You see the numbers, but it felt like we were better, more connected to their players in the second half, and he took it on himself, Jokic, to try to score and take some shots. And so, when we got up 7, 8, 9, 10, we said let's lock into their shooters, stay connected there, and make Jokic beat us one-on-one. Told Alpi to stay solid, not give him any angles like he did in the first half, and make him prove it over you. Obviously, it's some big shots, some late ones, but it's pick your poison there. He did a little bit of both tonight. Seemed like got more guys involved in the first half, and then scored some in the second. But once we got that lead, we felt comfortable enough to let him guard one-on-one.
When you look at how you guys started the fourth quarter, what did you see from Tari Eason, how the way he was able to really get things going with you you guys getting on momentum?
Yeah, he was, you know, who he's been in the past. You know, he's working his way back into shape and into game rhythm. And so, you know, the one thing he could do for a while was shoot those corner threes and spot up shots. And so, you know, he's confident in that. You know, but seeing him get in on the glass, offensive rebound, do some of the dirty work things is always good and needed. But happy for him as well, you know, to get those shots to fall. And it seemed like they were shifting off him and daring him and hit two big ones.
You talked before about overcoming adversity, winning the tough games. What does a win like this against that team in this development, as you're building, do for your squad?
Yeah, it gives us another, I guess, feather in our cap of kind of the type of game we've, you know, experienced. Last one we were down in the 10-point range, and then this one getting up 10 and then hitting some big shots, getting back into it. Just gives us the experience of late game execution, getting the shots we want and the things we're looking for, defending certain actions late, and then you know, free throws and playing the free throw game, and you know, those clutch free throws that everybody hits. So it's good to get those experiences in. We've practiced them, but to get them in the game is a different animal. So happy with how we finished. They did hit some tough shots, the Jokic three specifically, but you know, that's expected from a championship caliber team.
Second straight game, Jabari ends the game on the bench instead of on the court. Is it less about what Jabari is bringing to the table and more about what Jeff provides you in that closing lineup? And if so, just kind of what do you need to see from Jabari to get him to the point where he can be in there to close out these games?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, different guys, different nights, and last game we did like how Jeff was guarding Williamson there, and tonight Jeff just had to go in a little bit more, it felt like, and once we got that lead with that group, although you know, we ran them a little bit longer and we wanted to stay with them. I had a few timeouts I could burn to give him some rest, and so nothing he did, more so Jeff played well and obviously made those shots, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say anything he needs to do more than, you know, be aggressive like he is, confident like he is, and his night will be there more often than not.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.